What's up, y'all? Dr. Giggles in the house. I'm going gangster look tonight with my glasses. My old ones had to keep falling off my face. I gotta go get new ones or fix them or something. But these ones suck. Maybe this weekend, when I get a chance, I'll get new ones. I'm hoping anyway. So this week we're going to be talking about SeaWorld's new coaster, and I saw Jason Paradise was talking on Twitter about it. I said, hey, let's talk about it tonight. A lot of speculation going on, so I figured we'll talk about that. Also, I wanted to touch base a little bit about Star Wars Land because, now that it's open and I saw some cool stuff, and Star Wars fans are going to go broke, self-included. And then there's some other stuff too, like Mickey's Christmas Party's new fireworks show. We're going to talk about Seabreeze Amusement Park. What else? Oh, the lawsuit at Six Flags Great Adventure, and so on and so forth. And we'll see what's going on in the world of whatever. Plus, I wanted to talk a little bit about some riot issues going on at Six Flags New England. And we'll see what's going on. We'll wait just a tiny bit longer for SeaWorld because I think it needs a brainstorm. Kind of like when we were talking about, like, oh, if we were Six Flags CEOs, what would we do? I think this is going to be to that kind of level. Just because nobody knows. We all saw the teaser, I think, and we'll talk about, give it like 5 or 10 minutes. We'll talk about that. We'll just stop brushing through the news, and then whatever else everybody decides to drop in there. And just a note, because somebody asked, hey, what's up, Elizabeth Oakland? When this show is over, I am going to record the mystery box giveaway. There's all kinds of good stuff in this box. Now, before we get into anything, if you don't win this one, don't worry. Do not worry. If you remember the stack, there's going to be one. Every 50 subscribers, one's going off. And I'm probably going to make more because I went to the bank on, I think it was Tuesday, and it would cost way too much money to do the addition. So we're back on we're going to move thing. So I want to get rid of as much extra stuff as I can. So there's potential for like 20, 30 people to win mystery boxes every 50 subscribers. So make sure that you just tell a friend. But everybody that is a subscriber is in it. It's not like, oh, you're new and that's it and everybody else is screwed. No, it's everybody. It's everybody. Everybody has a shot from 1 to, what are we at, 704, which I love you guys for that. So I just want to let you know. And then for those that are new and we're like, well, what the hell's in the box? Well, it's a mystery box. John has won one before. And someone else has won one. The boxes, as we get higher, get better. So keep that in mind. There is a lot of cool stuff. I think the one thing I can tell everybody is, I believe, because the kids were like, hey, we can put stuff in a box. But I believe every box includes 1 or 2 t-shirts. At least one. One will be a Dr. Giggles t-shirt, and if there's 2, it would be a Grove Show one that we had made like years ago. And they're multiple colors. But I can show you what the Dr. Giggles shirt looks like, just in case anybody cares. Maybe you don't. But this shirt's cool. Back in, 2013, when CoasterCon was at Six Flags New England, Canopy Lake Park, and Funtown Splashtown, Ace let me broadcast live back then at the, where you sign up for CoasterCon, and I had a table, and I was giving these shirts away, even the Grove Show one. So this is the front. It says Dr. Giggles, and then this is the back. Not that you got to see much, but that's the back of the shirt. These were actually shirts that I found that I had left over from when I used to do music. Those are the shirts that I used to sell when I would do a show or something. And I found I had so many made, and I made my money and then some, so I'm just giving them away just to get them out of here. I mean, I always keep a couple of every t-shirt that I've ever made, just as like a throwback. Yeah, whenever I get to Star Wars Land, and most likely it will be October, I'm hoping, depending upon what Walt Disney World does with their, if it's reservation or free-for-all. I don't know what Walt Disney World's doing. But if they say reservations, you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be online, be like, bam, 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 So we'll see how that turns out. I don't go, this is better or that. I can tell you that I'm not a fan of Butterbeer. I've had it. I've tried it. There's two different versions, like a liquid and then like a frozen, and I didn't like it. I tried. What was the first one? I think the one was more liquid than frozen. Which one was first, I tried, and I'm like, yeah. And I said, when the other one came out, I tried it because I'm like, maybe I just didn't like that. Maybe I'll like this, and I just wasn't feeling it. So I don't even know if I'm going to like the blue or the green milk. Everybody says the green milk is the better of the two, but I don't know. I can't go by. I really can't go on anybody's opinion on anything. And like I've said in the past a million times, the first time I went to Cedar Point, it was praised so high, and everybody said it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Hey, what's up, Isabel? That I just didn't. When I got there and I was down, I'm like, this place sucks. Like it not sucks like it's the worst thing ever, but it just didn't live up to the hype. I don't try to hype things up like this is the greatest thing ever on anything. Doesn't matter what ride it is, what park it is, because I'm just here to go. This is what I think of it. Go, form your own opinion. So whether it's merchandise, a ride, a park, food, whatever it is, I say my piece. I try my best not to hype it up or sound like one of those shills or anything. I try not to do that because I try to give my honest opinion. Parks love it, so that's what I do. That's just me, and I'm not going to change my view of something for anybody. I don't care if it's the popular opinion or the unpopular opinion. It's just my opinion, and everybody that, if you come to me looking for an opinion, maybe like a guide, like a gauge, like, all right, he says it's all right, or he says it sucks. Even if I say it sucks, go try it. Because what I like, you may not like, and what you like, I may not like. That's just how it is. That's just how it's going to be. And, so, I don't know how many people have watched anything on Galaxy's Edge. I was all day long Friday, all weekend, all this week. It seems like it's been open forever, but it's only been one weekend. 1 week, not even a full week. Tomorrow's a full week. It's been open. And I've watched people like, don't you want to have surprise? I'm like, by the time I get there in a few months, the Walt Disney World, I feel I'm not going to either one, remember, or two, I don't really think it's gonna be one of those how do I put it? I don't think it's gonna be like a deal breaker because it's different when you see it online. Like, I'll give you an example. Harry Potter. I was like, yeah, it looks all right. I thought, like, all right, it's Harry Potter. I'm not a huge fan of the movies. But when I got there and I went to Hogsmeade and I went into the castle, and I was like, wow, this is pretty badass. And this is a person that doesn't like the movies. You know what I mean? Like, if you put one on, I'll probably fall asleep. What's this? Oh, close your rings. My activity on my watch. But, like I said, from what I saw about Star Wars, I don't know how many of you seen it. Matter of fact, John tagged me in something. Oh, it was Jeff Dunham. I don't know if anybody remembers, knows the ventriloquist with Walter and Ahmed. He was there. He was streaming live, and lines were long. Lines are going to be long for like ever. I don't think it's going to matter if it's a free-for-all. I don't think if it's going to matter if it's on a reservation system. I saw it. I mean, I saw what's posted, and it's like I saw theme park reviews. I think, and I saw like 4 other people's, and no matter what they did, it wasn't like total. It was like all over the place. Like, I didn't get a feel for the entire ride, no matter what I saw on anything. Like, I just didn't. I was more interested in seeing what the people were doing, and I saw a lot of that, which was cool. It feels like I didn't watch a full ride at all. Like, or if there is one, I didn't watch it. I wanted to get an idea of it. I wanted to see inside the Millennium Falcon. I did. I was happy. The weird thing is, because, what is that, Rise of the Resistance isn't open, people are speculating that there's some kind of like high-tech problem going on, or they might be almost ready to open. I mean, I think a lot of us in this chat was saying right around D23, which is in August, is probably when the Disneyland Rise of the Resistance is going to open. And then probably sometime after Walt Disney World's opens, you'll Rise of the Resistance, they're probably going to see how that reacts, and then, they're going to keep testing it, and who knows? I mean, even when I go, I'm going to film some stuff, I don't think anybody's really going to care. Like, everybody's already beaten Star Wars to death, right? I think we can all agree with that, which is funny. And, I mean, I'm still going to, like, make a vlog video thing, whatever, like my little adventure in Star Wars, if I get to go. Because I do want to go check out Toy Story Land, because I haven't yet. And I want to ride, Toy Story Mania, the Slinky Dog roller coaster. I want to check out the, what do you call it? Tower of Terror. I know there's not a lot of rides yet, right now, not a lot to do. Oh, plus Muppets. I love the Muppets thing, even though it's dated as hell. But I watched the lightsaber build thing. I watched the droid thing like a million times. I watched, like how much prices on some stuff is like ridiculously expensive. And some stuff is reasonably priced. Like the robots, the Droid Depot thing. Someone, like a big Star Wars nerd guy was like, look, you're not going to be able to hear the droid too much interact with people in the land, which sucks. But if it's only you and you're buying the droid, when you take it home, it's going to kind of suck. So you're better off buying more than one. I know I'm buying at least 3 because I got me and the 2 boys at least are going to get them. I don't know if Jessica and Alyssa want them. I don't know that. But I mean, if they want them, we'll get them. Not that I want to spend $500, but I'm going to talk with them ahead of time and then, save a bunch of money so that when we go, I know what I'm buying. I'll make sure I have the cash for it, and then I'll get it. I do like the gift card, the metal gift card. I definitely am building a lightsaber. I know it's $200, but I watch that and I want to see the show go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to, I don't know. But, I'll take in what I can. And if I can't get in Star Wars Land, I'll try again in November when I go down for IAPA. That's all. I will eventually get to Star Wars Land. Eventually. I don't know when, but I will. One way or another. I know I'm going to be like, come on, I gotta go. And I'll be there. Because we're going to Hollywood Studio in October. So, Oh yeah, I gotta buy Halloween Horror Night tickets. They start at $69.99, but I think because I'm going on a Saturday, they're like $91. I don't know, but I'm not gonna show a POV of Smuggler's Run on here. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna show any of the videos because I know some people are like, nope, I don't want to see nothing. I don't want nothing to do with Star Wars. So. I've seen it. I don't care. Everything looks cool. I'm going to go broke when I go. Hopefully not too broke. Hopefully the kids don't want a lot of stuff. And I don't know how many you've seen. They got an R2-D2 that's like an exact replica for 25 G's. I mean, I wouldn't pay 25 grand for that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't pay 25 grand for an R2. I'll stick with the $100 robot. Jason, I totally agree. Jason says, I feel this is all a test phase for Orlando. Anything that was a kink during opening at Galaxy's Edge of Disneyland will all be ironed out by the second opening. Because I know they had an issue with the cantina. Now, that's another place that's ridiculous with all the waits. Hey, what's up, Theme Park New England? So, they changed the cantina, how they, you obviously have to wait in a line to make a reservation, but you don't have to wait like in another line. So basically, you just get in line. It's a text. They'll text your cell phone when it's ready, so you don't have to wait in line. You can go enjoy everything else. So so they did that. Well, somebody will what? Put a POV? If that's what you're talking about, I won't. I'm not going to put a POV. I'm not going to do that. If that's what you're referring to, or if not, but. I don't know how much of anybody saw merchandise wise. Like when we were talking last week, trying to gauge certain things. Whoa, Wonder Woman's finally opening for Great Adventure. Woo, tomorrow. That's awesome. Because I was wondering about the robes. Even though I probably shouldn't buy a Jedi robe, I'm like 5'3", 5'4", 5. I don't know. Next time I go to a doctor, I'll have him measure me. I'd be a short, little, fat, little Jedi. I'd be like taller than Yoda, but fat. I don't think it would be a good look for me in a Jedi robe and my little lightsaber. But they do have, and it's ridiculous, the pilot outfits, but they're like $250. I could do that because they had a fat pilot in Star Wars, the original Star Wars, and when they're in the trenches of the Death Star and they're battling. I could do that. I could be the fat little pilot guy. Yeah, I don't know how that leg thing's going because Lindsay, here's how the I'll explain a little bit. I'm not going to go into great detail. Like there's a cool little show thing in it too. But when you go and it's your turn, they give you a basket, and inside the basket it tells you what parts you need. But the thing about the legs is they're like packaged together as they come down the conveyor belt, and it's one color like black or white or red or blue. There's no mix match. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody mix match. Not to say that you can't, but I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I don't think you can. It's just because it comes like with plastic around the two legs. Then you got to rip the plastic off for the legs. I don't even know what droid I'm not going to build an exact R2. I might build another, like one of the Empire ones. Like the weird head ones, just because everybody and their mother's doing it. I love R2, but I think I'm not like a Jedi. I think I'm like an Empire Sith kind of guy. I think that's who I feel like if I was in that world, that's who I would want to be. I don't want to. I'm a good guy now. I think living in fantasy world, I could be the bad guy. I could be the short little midget fat bad guy. That's me. Because I think it's Kylo Ren's like outfit with the hood and the robe and all that was like $250. I don't want to spend $250 on them. You can spend the regular robes, the cheaper robes are $124.99. Not that I want to spend $124.99 on a robe, but maybe I'll get the black one and then I'll just go run around. Plus the interaction with characters too. The Chewbacca makes noises. He's thing, and Kylo Ren walks around, and the stormtroopers they mess with you and stuff like that. So that's one thing I can't wait for to see that. That it looks good. I mean, what they did, it was beautiful. There's a lot of, there's reasonably priced stuff. There's some mid-level expensive stuff. There's some really ridiculous, and then like extra ridiculous. Somebody's gonna buy. I think a few people are gonna buy the $25,000 R2D2. God bless you. If you, I'd have to sell a bunch of my pinballs to do that. Yeah. Well, they tell you for right now anyway, they tell you if you're going to make stuff, make one. I don't know if it's for time. I don't know if it's you're just not going to build three. If the kids, me and my two boys, if we were going and making three and we wanted to mix and match legs, I'm sure we could do that. We just have to make sure we have the right leg on the right spot. So I think I'd make the black droid. Plus Disney thought of everything. Like kudos to Universal for the stuff that they did. And, what do you call it? Well, you can't wear these costumes inside Disney. Like the outfits and stuff that you buy, you cannot wear them inside the park. Because they got a First Order Stormtrooper. You can buy like the legit armor to wear. It's like 6,000 change. You cannot wear that. You can't even wear the Jedi robes inside. People are getting pissed about it. Hey, what's up, Cody? I don't know if they're ever going to change that rule, But right now, there's no costumes unless you're under 14 years old. 14 and under can wear costumes inside Galaxy's Edge. Adults cannot. Which is crazy, you would think. I mean, if you go to Universal and you can wear the wizard robes and all that stuff, you can wear all that. I don't understand the whole, what Star Wars is doing. I don't know. But I think the whole cosplay groups and stuff like that are going to go down there and buy a bunch of stuff. I mean, they might, I think, because this is like a new thing, and they're probably like, yeah, no dressing up right now. But I mean, how stupid are people to believe that someone like me or you or any of us are actually workers? I can understand not wearing the Stormtrooper ones or a Chewbacca, but if you're wearing a Jedi robe, who cares? Like, legit, who cares? Like, everybody's just gonna be, nobody's gonna be like full-blown believing that me or my kids or any of you guys are gonna be a Disney employee. I'm too fat to be a real Disney Jedi or whatever employee. I just couldn't. I wouldn't fit the role. But that's okay. I would love to see. What is this? This is random, but I had an idea. I just wanted to throw in. Have you ever considered doing a podcast? Maybe try to get different enthusiast park employees, officials on there and release them here. That is going to be in the works once I move. The house will be on the market as of, next week. And then once the house sells and I move into the new house, this Grove Show thing is going in a whole different direction. And totally agree with what you say. It's what I want to do. I got a few things that I need to work on. Hey, what's up, Marcus? In terms of, I would be able to, I mean, in the past, I'm talking before YouTube, when I used to use Ustream, I've had Jen McGrath on this show. I've had Paul Blick, which used to be the ACE National Events Committee on here. I've had Brett and Mark down from the New Jersey region on the show talking about events. But what I wanted, I used to do it off the phone. But now I got to figure out how to do it on this board. I might be able to on this mixer board. If not, I'll get another one. I used to be able to, I said that earlier. So I used to, when it used to have the headphone microphone jack on this, I know I can get that. I used to have a wire plug into the board and we used to do phone calls. We never did video. This is going back some years. And then I want to do video. There's a way you can't do, well, I think you can do it on Wirecast. There's no direct, for some weird reason, none of these programs to broadcast that I know of in an easy way, you can just do Skype or whatever. I know how to do the phone call. I can do the phone call anytime. And if they want to do that, if somebody wants to do that, we can have people call in. But I would rather try to have other people on here. You know what I'm saying? And that's a direction that once I move and, you know, get reset up and set this all up totally different, you know, because we're going to bring back the golden ticket banner from Superman back on there. I still have the banner from when Cyclone was closing to become Wicked Cyclone. I still have that. So, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff that's going to reappear, some new stuff that's going to be in the background. We're going to make it better. It's just right now I'm not going to bother, you know, dressing this when I'm going to be moving in a couple months, 2, 3, 4 months, whatever. So we'll just leave it like that. You know what I'm saying? So for right now, but yeah, no, I've talked about it on the show for so many times that I've wanted to do that. And I know I could do it because if I can offer for someone to call in on Skype and they can be on this, I want it to be more than just me. I don't want it just me. I mean, it's great. I could talk to you guys, but it's always good, especially when there's a topic, to debate back and forth, even if it's somebody that I don't agree with. It could be somebody that hates my guts. I would still bring them on and we could debate, talk about a ride, something. You know, I'm not against that stuff. And what, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be like a drama channel thing. I don't care about the drama going on in the Enthusiast community. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But that's a good call, Cody, because that's in the works. You know, anybody, and here's the thing, when that does happen, the floor is open to anybody that watches that wants to be on the show for a night or become another host. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is, like I said, it's tougher to practice what you preach when you're trying to get all the wheels in motion. But SFNEOnline is always about the fans. It's just right now it's me and you know, John's been writing articles. Cody's doing it. We got to get his article up on the website, and people want to make vlogs and stuff, and we're working all towards that, and everybody's doing great stuff. So that's what we're marching towards. It's just going to be a little funky for the next couple months because of the selling. And Charles, the reason why I thought like I was going to stay here, and then when I went to the bank, it was going to cost me like $1,000 to $1,200 on top of my mortgage payment, which is already, you know, decent enough just to do an addition. And I was like, you know what? Hell no. I can go buy a house and still stay in my mortgage rate that I'm at and price range and not go broke. So the kids were upset about it today. Devin was more so, oh, now I gotta load the moving truck and blah, 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 you know. And Jeremy was like, oh, I want to stay. And then I was like, dude, you don't like it, pack. I sounded like a total jerk today. I just wasn't in the mood. Like, you know when you're not in the mood for something and both kids are coming at you because they don't. I'm like, look, you don't like it, pack your bags, get out. You know, not that I would throw them out, but at the moment it just sounded good because I wanted them to back off. But I was like, look, I said, we're a family. We're going to do this together as a family. And last night or Tuesday night, I forgot. The last 2 nights I was at Jessica's house. So I said, look, when we go look at houses, we're not taking the kids with us. The first go around, we're not taking the kids. We would never be able to get a good look at it. There'd be just too much noise from them. Oh, this is my room. No, I don't want to live here. No, I want to live here. No. Jessica and I can go. Because don't forget, when I do this, I got to make sure I have a good space for this. Plus my pinball machines, plus the kids and everything else. So who knows? But I'll give updates as we go. And, you know, once things happen, it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a little crazy. I'm going to try, just so I have some kind of backdrop, I'm going to try to leave the stuff on the shelves for as long as I can. Hey, here's a little, I want to see if you guys can see this. I got to look at the screen. I'm going to move the camera up a little bit. I want to see if you guys notice something. Because this has got to do with Riverside, not Six Flags. All right. You can't see the F, but see the license plate right there I'm pointing at? It's like right at the tip of my finger. That, if you look over, is attached to a lantern. That lantern has a candle in it, and that license plate and that lantern there came off of the old antique cars from the Riverside days. I won that. They made those for CoasterCon in 2013, and they were bidding. And I was in a bidding war with a guy. I think I paid $50 for that thing. This guy wanted it, and he's like, "Wow, you really want that?" The guy wasn't from around here, didn't understand the history. I was like, "Dude, I want that because it's got to do with before it came with Six Flags." And the dude backed off and went and like bit up another one, which was cool. The dude let me have it. Yeah, I have it. Next Thursday, I have Nathan Clark people coming here. I still have what you sent me, and then I'm going to talk to Nathan Clark first. Then I'm going to contact your person and see what happens. But yeah, that over there is from when it was Riverside, not Six Flags. There's a lot of cool things. Oh, I wonder if this thing works. I don't know if I bought this or somebody bought me this. Does it work? Oh yeah, look at that. People can applaud. Oh, there's a can of soda. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Oh, you can't even see it, but it says applause. It's lit up. That's stupid. It just whited out. That's dumb. I hate when it does that. But yeah, so anyway, so let's break it down into some news, and then I want to get into the SeaWorld thing because I feel it's another debate night. But let's kick off Seabreeze Amusement Park because they are doing something that I wish all parks would do. Now, what I mean by what they did, they announced effective June 1st, all kids 17 and under must be accompanied by an adult. An adult chaperone must be 21 or older with a valid ID, but this is only effect on weekends when it's the busiest time of the park. I wish this was the reality all year long, every park. One, it stops your babysitting service. It helps get rid of the riffraff, and it makes life a little easier, and it makes the parent more responsible for their kid. Hey, what's up, dislike? So I think the whole Seabreeze thing, what they're doing, is beautiful, and I wish more parks would do this. I want to see like a new movement where parks do this. I don't know about you guys, but don't you hate going to a park? And if you notice, it's always kids running around on their own without their parent, raising hell, and cutting the line, starting fights, acting like idiots. Now, granted, I'm not saying I'm innocent. I was one of those idiots too back in the day. I remember when I used to go to Rocky Point when I was a kid, and what do you call it? In a 2-story dock ride, and because the restraints, there's the bar that came down and locked, you could easily get out of them. We used to hop out of the dock ride car on the second floor, and then when the car came around, they knew somebody had hopped out, and then they stopped the ride, and they're starting to go in the ride, and then by the time, when they get close to you, then you run a different way, and then you get out and run. But we used to do that stuff all the time. But, the park's close, so I can't get in trouble for that. That was when I was a teenager, doing stupid things. I think we've all done stupid things back in the day. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of us have done stupid things at the parks. I mean, I never done it, I never went in the ride, like that kind of ride. I never touched anything. I never did any damage. I just wanted to scare people. Because it would slam through the doors, come outside in a little castle thing, come back in. There was a spot where you could hide out a little bit and be like, ah! They'd scare the crap out of people, and it was awesome. They'd come down, oh, there's somebody in there, and ruin your fun. They would know, especially on a busy day, if a car came out empty, forget it, you were pegged. But people, they'd come back with 6, 7 cars in a row empty. There'd be a party in there. It used to be awesome back in the day. I miss those days. I mean, you can't do that now. You cannot do that now. Unfortunately, you cannot. But I think it's because of people my age and older that ruined it for you guys, But you guys are still continuing the trend on and still acting like goofballs. I see this all the time. I'm not saying all kids are, and I know the good kids are gonna suffer for the bad kids. Yeah, I think. I mean, even if they were, if you did an age curfew, I'm wondering if there was a way, let the kids kind of roam around a little bit, but at a certain time, got to be with an adult. I don't know, say 5 o'clock. You know, 5, 6 o'clock, be like, look, and just be like, hey, now you're gonna be with your parents. You can't be acting like a total douche. I don't know what I just think that period across the board, 17 and under, have to be with a parent. Period. If I owned a park, not that it would be the popular thing, that's what I would do. 17 and under, you got to be with an adult. Sorry. You're not dropping your kid off. And if I see you, if you're dropping your kid off, your kid ain't coming in. I'm going to kick his butt out. His or her butt right out of the joint. If you're not... Look, it keeps it up for safety. And there's many different reasons why. I mean, look at what I said about what I used to do in a dark ride when I was a teenager. Now, what I did was absolutely wrong against a park policy a million years ago. I wasn't even 18. You know, we're talking a million years ago on a defunct park. But if you look at society as a whole, when we don't have our parents around when we're young, you know, we want that freedom. We want to raise hell. We want to become who we want to become. And then here we are, and then it's going to, not everybody's so nice. We all complain, bitch, when people cut us. We're like, yo! And they just keep going and cutting everybody. You know, my friend, my mom, my dad. Last year, I stood my ground. There was this kid trying to cut the line. And there was a parent up there. Now, the kids were trying to cut up, and I wouldn't let them. The kid was like 6 or 7 years old, trying to cut. And I said, no. I said, your parents should have been with you, or you should have been with your parents. Get to the back of the line. And the parent or the sister or whoever was getting pissed, I said, well, you can either go without him up there, or you can go back in the line with him. Guess what? They went to the back of the line. I'm like, you're not cutting. I don't care. Yes, that was my douchebag moment, but I stood my ground and I wouldn't let people cut. I think if more people were like, I don't think so. You know, like, Jeremy was with me. I think what you should do is, if you're on in a line, just have two people. When somebody tries to cut, be like, yeah, sorry, get to the back of the line, buddy. You know, it's because of kids, and it's not even kids. Adults do the same thing. But you got to watch out as a kid when you do it. So you might do it to the wrong person. They might pop your teeth out. You know, it's safety for all around. You know, I know adults are just as bad as kids, but it seems like the teenagers and younger that are roaming around from their parents, they should have an adult. They're just running rampant. And I agree. Parents think that amusement parks are a daycare, and they are not. That's why if I ever owned a park, I would never allow that. First of all, I don't even know if I'd even have a season pass, especially as cheap as Six Flags does, because most parents buy their kid the cheapest season pass. And they go to work, especially in the summertime, or they're going to go do something. Drop them off at the park. I'll pick you up when it closes. Here's some money. Or they buy them the dining pass. They go have fun, kid. I'll pick you up later. Yeah. I mean, realistically, 5 or 6 p.m. sounds good, but realistically, it should be open to close. Kids 17 and under with a parent. Sorry. You know, I'm not here to babysit you. Most of you don't know how to act right. You vandalize, start fights. Now, like, again, I'm not saying it's all kids, and I'm not saying it's just kids, but the majority rule of... if you look all around the country where there's been fights, brawls, and it's been teenagers. You look at, Worlds of Fun. Look at Six Flags Great America in Illinois. Same problem. Teenagers running wild. They're running crazy. I know they're not in really great neighborhood areas, but Besides the fact you got kids running through there with no parents, no adult supervision, they're like gangbang, well, wannabe gangbangers starting fights, and they're going crazy. If you eliminate the babysitter, daycare aspect of everything, that goes away. My father told me when he was a kid, way back when, Rocky Point used to be no fence around it. But they had a problem with the riffraff and the young kids and, so on and so forth. Then all of a sudden, they started charging like 10 cents. This is like, I don't know, 40s, 50s, 60s, whenever it was. They charged 10 cents to get in. They put a fence up, they charged 10 cents to get in. Then you could buy, your tickets or your ride bracelets or whatever it was to ride rides. And eventually it went to a quarter. But as they raised the price, less and less and less riffraff. It started eliminating the problems. Obviously, in this day and age, parents are buying their kids season passes, and this is what happens. I mean, if you can drive, I mean, I can agree with that. If you get a valid driver's license, then treat it like an adult. But you should also, if you act like a jerk, still have to pay the consequence, like any park guest, kicked out, etc., etc. But if you're getting dropped off by your parent, that should be a no-go. Parks should never be a daycare center. Never, 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 never be a never. I've told, you have no idea how many times I told Jen McGrath, I said, 1, you need to raise the season pass prices. 2, you need to do something about all this riffraff. I said, you guys shouldn't be a daycare service. I know Six Flags and Cedar Fair and all these other parks that are not like Disney and Universal and SeaWorld and all that. I get it. They're trying to get as many people through that gate as they possibly can, right? It's a business. And if you take that away, you're going to have less clicks. But I say raise the price to make up for the lost clicks. And I think, first of all, we all know this, and we've talked about this. I've seen videos and articles and everything about Six Flags being like the equivalent of the dollar store, but of theme parks. It's time for them to raise the prices on everything across the board. Well, I'm talking about like ticket-wise. I know people want a deal. They want to get in as cheap as they can. They want to get as many people as they can through the gate, right? We all know that. It's much more than just raising a price. Attractions you add, so on and so. If they did the right thing, they could, a lot of these parks have a bad rep. Just rides, how they run things. Not just Six Flags, but there's Cedar Fair parks that are run through the mud. There's other parks that, are not some huge corporate entity that are run through the mud just based off of... I mean, look at Kennywood's going through a crap fest right now. And Kennywood's an awesome park. I love Kennywood. It is what it is, man. I don't know. I am looking up the NHL scores. Oh, it's 0-0. It's tied. I can't believe Chara is playing with a broken jaw. That dude is nuts. I haven't watched the game, but I know that people may or may not be watching because of said game or paying attention because of the end. So I figure every once in a while I'll keep checking the score and see what's going on. You gotta keep it with the people. That way if people want to know some live scoring or something of that kind of chit chat. What else I got on here? So we talked about Seabreeze. Let's talk about Great Adventure, Six Flags Great Adventure. I don't know how many of you heard about this lawsuit that's going on about King Dakar from a doctor. So a doctor is suing due to ride on King Dakar, basing it off that him being too tall and receiving a spinal injury. He also claims that the park and ride attendants did not warn him about his height being at 6'2", stating also that there were no signs to report injuries within 90 days. And also he had to have back surgery, and is also suing the ride manufacturer Intamin. I don't really know what to make of all this. I think I have a King to Car sign. No. I don't think I have a King to Car one. I know I got a Houdini from Great Escape sign. That's packed away right now. But, I don't know what it is with this country being so happy. Like, I get it. You get hurt, that sucks. So the complaint from when I was reading the report was because of the forces and the way that the restraint is, that it keeps locking down, which is true, and tightening up, and you're going, and because his head is above the, the back of the seat, that you could get whiplash. He got a spinal injury, and it hurt his shoulders, and he had pain. But here's the thing. Even if all is said and true, I don't know about you guys. I've seen it. They have signs posted up about a whole bunch of, shouldn't ride. It's safe for this to this height. I think what's going to end up happening is they're going to settle out of court. They're going to want this thing to go away. I don't think it's going to make it to court, but they're going to settle it and just be like, just make him go away. He's not going to get a ton of cash like he wants. He's just looking for some type of a payday. Yes, car has a test seat. There's signs about how intense the ride is and everything. You can watch the ride. It's not like it's a secret. You know what I mean? If he didn't fit, if he was too tall, they wouldn't have let him on the ride. He fit the correct. There's a lot of crazy lawsuits. Like, I can understand, like, the ones that result in death, or like the one with the S&S tower where the cable snapped and the girl lost a foot and leg. And all right, those are legit lawsuits. A lot of these, ooh, I hurt my back. Ooh, I did this. Ooh, I did that. So I'm just going to say it was the ride, say it's this, and just go and sue the park. I don't get it. I don't understand why. I think this country, one, definitely has a sue-happy problem. Two, it needs to be set up like overseas in Europe. For those that don't know, it is ridiculously hard to sue anybody or anything in Europe and, overseas. They make it so difficult that it is not worth your time. Because when you go to bring this lawsuit, it goes before this committee to determine if it's going to go to trial and if you can sue. Even just to sue. And even if you don't, even if it doesn't make it to court, you have to pay all the lawyer fees for the other people anyway. So they just make it so that you better be suing for something legit, or I think that's how it needs to be in this country. For real. You'd watch a lot of the cost of everything go down because of that. I don't understand why they allow that to happen. In this day and age, something's got to give. Like, I can understand if you get legit hurt, in a car accident, a amusement park, anywhere. If there's legit negligence, okay, sue them. Someone looking for a payday, no. No. It's probably going to be a small out-of-court settlement. Like, the guy's probably, I don't even know I don't even think it said how much the guy is suing for. But he's suing the ride manufacturer, he's suing the park, and God knows what else. He's probably suing the park bench that's next to the ride. Oh, you should have warned me, bench. You didn't warn me, bench. He's probably going to sue the turtles that are around there. Hey, turtle, you need to hook me up. You should have said, hey, don't go on the ride. You're too tall. You're going to get hurt. But the turtle didn't tell him that, so he's probably suing the turtle. That's what I think. Yeah, call 411-PAIN, LMAO. That's what you got to do. I agree. There's a lot more they need to do than just I have a few choice words that I would like to say, but I did not say them. But yeah, he's probably suing the turtle, the llama, the tiger, the elephant, because they didn't hook him up. They didn't tell him. What else I got on this thing here? Okay, so Walt Disney World, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. I'll be there in November during IAPA. So if anybody wants to hang out during that, let me know. That's where I will be on that Tuesday evening going there. But anyway, the only reason why I'm talking about that is the change in the fireworks show. I don't know how many of you have seen the fireworks show. I've live streamed it. I've uploaded it on this channel. I've live streamed a whole bunch of Mickey's Christmas everything on Facebook. But they're changing it. Brand new fireworks show. It's going to be called Minnie's Wonderful Christmas Time Fireworks Show, hosted by Minnie and with such songs as Joy to the World, Deck the Halls, Up to the Housetop, and We Wish You a Merry Christmas. And I'm a sucker for Mickey's Christmas Party. I've had this debate. Ooh, what did I just do? I've had this debate with my friend Dave. Now, Dave absolutely loves Dollywood, and that's great. I love Dollywood, too. I've done the Christmas. I don't think Disney Christmas is better than... I think Disney Christmas is better than Dollywood Christmas. Now, I'm not saying that Dollywood Christmas sucks. One, I'm not an ultra-religious person. I believe in a higher power. I'm not an atheist. But I don't buy it. You know, if you're in a religion, do what you got to do. And there's a lot of religious shows. And again, I'm not really a huge show person. I fall asleep. You know, sitting in a theater, chilling out, not for me. Not at all. So with that being said, that's kind of like one strike against me because I don't want to waste my time in the shows. I'm there for rides and food. Right? I sat through all the religious shows, and I know that's the Bible Belt. People love it. People go there just for the shows. Hey, knock your socks off. Have fun. Praise Jesus. Praise whoever you praise. Do what you got to do. I got no hate. Rides, you know, hit or miss. They could or could not work depending upon cold. Food is always great. I can't complain about food. They have that Christmas parade. They have a whole ton of color Christmas lights at Dollywood. So now when I talk to Dave, me and Dave argue about this all the time. He says Dollywood's Christmas blows away Disney Christmas. And I'm like, dude, not even close. I don't know how many of you think about this. Yeah, hey, speaking of Ninja Turtles, did you see there's, I don't know what it is, but there was, Ninja Turtles and Batman, because Batman was like, Ninja Turtles? I don't know if you've seen that. I saw that, was that last night, I think? Or maybe YouTube. I don't know where the hell I seen it. I don't know if it was today, yesterday. I don't know where the hell I seen it. But I seen it yesterday. But anyway, so like I was saying, so the debate, I don't know how many of you have done Mickey's Christmas Party and Dollywood. I don't know how many of you have done the two. I've done the two. I prefer the Mickey, but I'm like a Disney mark. I love Disney. I love Dollywood too. I'm not saying Dollywood's crap. Not by any means. Dollywood's one of my favorite parks. But Disney's more of the traditional. They have the crazy fireworks, the crazy different shows, the parades, the food, the like the hot chocolates and the different snacks. And, I like all the shows. I like that there's not a lot of people, less lines. To me, I like Mickey's Christmas Party. And we're going to do, I already bought the tickets for the Mickey's Not So Scary. We're doing that too in October. I already got my tickets. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if any of you have done both. If you have, let me know. I'd like to know what people, other people, or if you've done one, do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's stupid? I'm a fan of both to an extent. I prefer Disney's, but I don't know what other people think. I mean, that's just me. And the Bruins game is still 0-0. Is 3:09 left in the first period. I want the Bruins to win. Damn it. I want them to win. Whoa. Whoa. I was looking at Twitter to see if anything popped up, and if you could see what I see, there's a chick with a camera and no top on riding a roller coaster, waving a bra around. No shirt on. You get the idea. So let's see. So Lindsay says, I only really did Epcot Christmas because I was... Oh, so you were in Candlelight, but that's actually... Okay, oh, you haven't done Halloween or holiday events besides? Well, when I do, like, Christmas, I do, like, a Tuesday during IAPA week. So it's the week before Thanksgiving. It's not that busy. Like, the lines for the rides are, like, 10 minutes long, if that. You get to go in from 4 p.m. to midnight. The ticket's like $80, $90, whatever the hell it is. I go on a Tuesday, not a lot of people. The lines are the only ride that has a line is the Seven Dwarfs coaster, and I don't know why that coaster kind of pisses me off. For what it is, it's a cool ride, but it's like they forgot the other half of the ride. It feels like half of the ride is missing. It's like I go, what the hell happened? Like I would not, like the week of Christmas and the week of New Year, I would never go anywhere near. If I lived in Florida, I would never go anywhere near those parks. They always hit capacity during that time. Same thing with Thanksgiving and stuff. Well, Thanksgiving not so much, but pretty much almost. Holidays, you don't want to be anywhere near the, and Universal's getting that way too. Everybody wants to go to Disney Universal during a holiday period. I wouldn't go. Even if I lived there, I wouldn't go. I'm with you on that, Jason. I would not, by any means, go anywhere near those parks. But for doing, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going first week of October to do the Mickey's Not So Scary, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that week before Thanksgiving for Mickey's Christmas party. I'm going to do that. And just have fun with it. I mean, I enjoy it. I think it's great. What the hell is PP on... What does that mean in hockey? What is that? What does a PP mean in hockey? And I don't mean bathroom. I don't get that. Follow live. I don't know the term. Where I need... Oh, power play. Never mind. They're on a power play. Oh, God. 58 seconds left on the power play. All right, well, that's the greatest view of all time on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, I've done, what was that, 2017, I was actually able to experience Universal's, like, Christmas stuff, and I will say, I enjoyed it, not as much as Disney, but I will say Universal does an all right job. They had the Christmas parade, the Macy's Christmas parade, which I thought was great. I actually enjoyed that. I'm not a fan of what they were doing with the projection on the castle because it looked pixelated to me. Even in my, seeing it and then watching it back on the video, it looked pixelated too. It looked like, it was like in the infancy of it. It looked like it needed tweaking. And it wasn't totally pitch black, so that's probably part of the problem. We did meet the Grinch and walked around. We were with Dave and Jody. Dave and Jody's not they like to go on the rides. They don't like to sit around with characters and stuff. And like I said, I'm not like a coaster enthusiast, like just legit that. I am an all-around theme park enthusiast, I would say. Because I like to take in all the aspects between the food, the characters, if there's some decent shows that I will not fall asleep in, the rides, the gift shops, any, parades, all that stuff. I like to take it all in. So I like to, like when I do like Mickey's, I have a plan. Every time I do Mickey's Christmas party or the Halloween one, I got this plan, and I make sure that I maximize everything that I can when I do these things. Even if it's at Universal or whatever, I try to budget my time, because when I go to these parks, especially when I'm paying the extra ticket price, I want to make sure that I get more bang for my buck, and then I get to ride the ride. And one, the rides that I want to ride. I want to see the parades and the fireworks shows that I want to see. And I want to enjoy everything that I can. Just like anybody else, but some people aren't as smart as others. I'm sure a lot of us, when we go, we're like, oh, I need to make sure and try to, I don't mean I go as far as, okay, I want to be at Jungle Cruise at 4:05, and I want to be at Pirates of the Caribbean 20 minutes later, and so on. And so I don't like plan it like that. I just go, I pick and choose what rides I want to ride. Now, when I go in October, this will be Alyssa's first time ever in Florida, period. So she's never done any parks. So her first experience, when we land that day, we're doing Mickey's Not So Scary. That's going to be a long day. We got like a 5-something in the morning flight. I'm screwed. I'm not going to get any sleep. I can tell you that right now. Damn it. Anyway, with that being said, that's going to be her first experience going to Magic Kingdom, we're going to get in there at 4 o'clock, stay till midnight, go to the place to go, hotel to go sleep, and then get back up and just start it over again. This trip's going to be bad for me, because there's no way I'm going to go to bed at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, I just go with the wind. I just go so with her not doing it, I want to make sure that Alyssa can experience the best rides that are open, plus see the show. I want her to take in the parades and the fireworks, and I want her to enjoy the rides. Myself and the kids, we've done this before. This is really about Alyssa and taking it in and enjoying it. Jessica's never done any of these special party things. She's never done a Christmas one or a Halloween. She really wanted to do Mickey's Halloween party. I'm like, let's go. Let's do it. So I wanted to make sure that they both got that experience that I've experienced. I've had fun. Same thing, like we're going to do Halloween Horror Nights. I want them, Jessica and I and the kids have been, Alyssa's never been. So we want to make sure that she can experience as much as she possibly can. That's what it is at the end of the day. It's going to be an expensive trip. Yeah, I have a hard time sleeping on planes. I have to be so exhausted to pass out. I mean, I got a direct flight, so if I fell asleep, somebody would wake me up, obviously, and put 42 pictures of me snoring and sounding like a roller coaster going up a lift hill video online. But I'm not worried about that. If I sleep, I sleep. But for some reason, I can't fall asleep. I don't know why. I have the hardest time. I talked about that. All right, so a couple things, like 3 more things, and then we're going to talk about SeaWorld, because that's going to be a good topic, because I'm curious too. All right, so for Six Flags New England, I got a few things. They have an event going on for Special Olympics that takes place on June 21st. If you get that email thing in the thing, if not, go to the website. You can see their events going on. Sign-ups $25. Participants must raise at least $100 in pledges to take the leap into a huge pool filled with ice. So it says, make a splash in your community this summer and join us for the Solar Plunge. Summer is here. Six Flags is going to make sure it's the coolest one yet. We're kicking off summer on Friday, June 21st at Hurricane Harbor with the Solar Plunge. We are teaming up with Special Olympics to celebrate the summer solace with the exclusive event. So it's for a good cause if you want to do. There you go. I think it's cool that see, that's one thing that I know about Jen McGrath. Jen McGrath is all about charities and stuff like that. And it's not, she's very passionate and genuine about it. So, I want to make sure, because, me and her are friends. I mean, we don't go hang out and have a beer or anything like that, but we have a good working relationship. We see each other in the park. We're like, hey, how's it going? Like best friends and stuff like that. So, Houdini is open. Houdini, I haven't ridden it yet. Now here, the other thing I want to talk about was some ride problems. Goliath was closed most of the week. I guess it valleyed or something on Saturday. It wasn't open Sunday when I went. It didn't even test on Sunday, and it reopened today. I don't know if Cyborg has reopened. It probably did. I don't think I can check. Well, everything's going to say it's closed at this time. I'll have to check. I guess on Sunday, and I don't even know if it reopened on Sunday, but Cyborg had an issue. I've heard a bunch of different things. I haven't heard officially from the park anything. I heard it overheated. I heard a wheel fell off on it. There's just so much rumors. I know it did go down. I don't know if it reopened on Sunday. It sucks. See, here's the thing. I see this stuff all the time. You know, and here's my problem that I have with people. My problem I have with the so-called enthusiast. It's just a bunch of drama, crybaby, I need a safe place kind of thing. People, and I don't mean that in the light of like, oh, I'm a liberal or I'm a conservative. I'm not talking in that kind of sense. It all comes down to entitlement. It doesn't matter anything other than that. And I laugh. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, right? Can we all agree on that? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I have mine, you have yours, etc., etc. Here's the problem that I have when I look online. I sit there and I go, there's so many times I just want to sit and just type. It just, you know what? Let them talk. They just look like an idiot. I'm not engaging with any more drama in my life. I'm tired of it. I've learned that lesson, so I'm just not going to engage with people. People are just, every ride, doesn't matter how, like how many of that ride that they build. You know what I mean? Like companies build rides. There's always some kind of growing pain. And people are like, blah, 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 blah. You know, and so I've heard, I get it. Like, we all want Goliath going, right? The thing's a hunk of junk. They can't get that thing to work. Six Flags is probably not going to spend the money to have Vagoma come down and fix it like they did with the one in Silverwood. Okay. It's just a matter of time before that thing goes. Now, there's a lot of people that love that ride and don't want to see that ride to go. Who am I to tell them otherwise that their ride is... I mean, I tell them that the ride's a piece of junk and it should go, but I'm not going to tell them they're an idiot because they love that ride and it's basically a giant lawn ornament. If it's open, you go ride it. If it goes away, sorry, man. You know, people are saying the same thing about Cyborg. And then I saw, I think it was either today or yesterday, people have been posting about Tampa Busch Gardens with the Gwazi hybrid makeover and people going crazy. We don't know all the total stats. We haven't seen a layout. We haven't seen nothing. People like Steel Ventures is better. This is better. That ride's trash. Like either they're like really horrible trolls or they really believe in their heart of hearts without even writing Gwazi's reincarnation. What if Gwazi turns out to be the best RMC that there is? You know, I don't understand why people have these attitudes where they think they're holier than thou and holier than God and holier than everybody else. You look like an idiot. And you wonder why parks don't want to hook up the coaster enthusiast community anymore. They're tired of this stupidness. It's okay to debate and, you know, and trash talk and whatever. You know, it's all in fun. But these entitled people need to go away. I wish they would just, you know what? They should they should get all the entitled enthusiasts, and I should be able to pick them out. We should have a committee that dictates who these entitled people are. Well, I'm starting to talk about it now. I'm talking about like the entitled people that are just bashing everything. That's what I'm talking about. And we should say, okay, you get to go in your own private group on Facebook or wherever it is you want to exist, and it's just for you entitled idiots, and you guys can go there. You know, so, you know, as I get older, I try to be a little bit more, in a sense, respectful towards what people like and don't like. We can always debate and, you know, Because what I would love to do is topics like this. Once I move and get the new studio set up, and once I figure out, because I'm not that technologically smart when it comes to trying to get, there's no button on these broadcasts that I know of anyway to go, okay, bring up Skype, bring them in. It's not that you got to like kind of do the hokey pokey, find the magic door, and do all this kind of stuff. But anyway, the whole point being is I would love for somebody who agrees or even disagrees with me, jump on here and just talk, debate, maybe even argue a little bit. I don't know. But I will say this, when we get down that road, that even if I don't want to hear your opinion of it and we go at it, the only thing that I ask out of everybody, including any, one, if me and the person or people are talking and it kind of gets heated, that it's still done in a respectful way. Like, I don't want anybody yelling, screaming, swearing, going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to put that out there. So if somebody's thinking about coming on, at least if we're going to debate, do it like adults, give each other time to speak, etc., and stuff like that. I'm okay with that. None of this bullying crap and I don't want none of that. But that's just something for the future. But what do I think Six Flags New England? This is what I think. I'm gonna make another video on it because I'm starting to slowly gather some intel. Water Park Edition, and the Zemprella Endeavor. I think that. Now I have these high hopes for new trains. Oh, this video is on how to do Skype. There's a way to do it, and I just don't know. I haven't really researched it enough. I used to have who used to do it for me, and now that I don't talk to who anymore, that I don't have that tech person. But in any case, I had high hopes about the trains for Superman. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Yeah, save the drama for your mama. For real. I still I haven't really heard much on the my ear to the ground about the trains for Superman. Doesn't mean that they're not coming, doesn't mean that they are coming. I just think you definitely, this is what I was told. I'm not going to say by who, what, where, when, and how. But remember how we talked about the new for 2019, right? Now, I had really good intel about getting the Zemprella Endeavor. That was like bing, 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 like lights going off, things going crazy. Like that was the thing. That was what's going to happen. Didn't happen. Right? So, with that being said, we ended up getting Cyborg. What was supposed to happen that I found out was we were supposed to get both. Six Flags St. Louis was supposed to get Cyborg like at Great Adventure. That company is kind of like on hold with building any more of those because they get a lot of problems. They're trying to work out the kinks on those problems, but they start selling more of those things. Ride fell through. They needed a ride ASAP. They stole our ride. That's what I was told. So, my predictions. Well, the end of next month in July, I'm going to make a new video. I already have one up on this channel for, I did early predictions about Six Flags Parks for 2020. So, the original prediction that I had for New England anyway, I mean, that sucks that, what they got. I get it. In a pinch, they had to steal the ride. So, yeah. So that's why I honestly think for next year for New England anyway. You're finally gonna get that in Denver. You're gonna get, because remember, earlier this year, they went before the town to get a water park expansion. That did not happen this year. They went before the town to get that pool, et cetera, et cetera. They're putting changing rooms, all this other stuff. It did not happen this year. So that's why I believe you're going to get that water park expansion over by Bonsai Pipeline. You're going to get, you're finally going to get that ride. You're going to see Kryptonite Collider get out of here. And you're going to see Supergirl, or whatever they feel like calling it, Wonder Woman Lasso of Truth, whatever they want to call it, is going to go right in that spot. Now, right now I have not heard the coaster rumor. But it's not to say that you're not going to get one. You don't know. And if we are, it's probably going to be, if we do get a coaster, it's either going to be like what Great America's getting, or it's going to be the Raptor, I think. Could be wrong, but that's what I think. I honestly think it's going to be a launch, but I don't know. Like, based off of things that I've been told, based on things that, when you look back at what the park has for needs, right? We got Cyborg, and Jason, I'm not ignoring you. I saw what your question is. I'm just going to get these thoughts out, and then I'm going to answer your question about Cyborg. I honestly think if we were to get a coaster for next year, I honestly think Goliath's gone. Because here's another thing that I was told. But again, I can't confirm these rumor, like things that I was told. So you have to take all these things that I'm saying with a grain of salt. These things were not told to me by like a Jen McGrath or anything like that. This is what I was told, but it makes sense. It totally makes sense. And I'm going to tell you why it makes sense, especially the thing, before I get into this other thing about Goliath. Let's go back. Let's take a few steps back about Cyborg and the Zamperella ride. Remember when announcement day came? And we've talked about this. Every announcement day since I can remember, Six Flags always had banners and information and celebration of this new ride coming. Took what, 2 weeks, a month to get the information. So that's didn't even have like a thing about Cyborg. They had nothing. I guarantee you, if I could somehow sneak into the property somewhere, they have banners hiding away somewhere that would say Cyborg and whatever they were going to name the other ride. So what I think happened with that, and everything kind of lines up. We were supposed to get that. Kryptonite was going to leave, but because we got screwed out on that ride, they needed to keep a ride going. Now, if you remember last year, Kryptonite was like dying. We all thought, we heard Kryptonite was leaving last year, and Kryptonite was, and we heard that Zamperella ride was coming in. That's what we heard. That's what we heard. And then it didn't happen that way. So I think what they did was, I heard that Kryptonite Collider got like a total rehab because it was like the motor blew on it or whatever, and it got closed for the season. See, we thought it was just going to go and they weren't going to do it. They needed a ride. They fixed it up. They spent the money to keep it going. That ride's going to get shipped off, scrapped, something for, I'm telling you, the new ride's going to go in that spot. That ride's going to go. So you're only going to have to worry about Cyborg as the ride that you got there. Maybe they put it in storage in case Cyborg poops out. I don't know. But that's basically what I think is going on there. That's what I think for that. Now, to the Goliath thing, another thing that I was told, I can't confirm, deny 100%, but it looks like the park wants to get rid of Goliath. Corporate will not let them get rid of it. Corporate wants them to keep, I guess the way it goes, from what I was told, that you have to like truly like really prove that the ride is a maintenance nightmare, which they should have already been able to do based off of everything that's been going on with Goliath. Goliath hasn't consistently been open for a full year for what 3, 4, 5 years now? It opened what, 2012, if memory serves me correct. And it ran like great for a couple years, and all of a sudden, downhill. You know, it just this is not the correct climate for it. It is not. You can't Pete Carmichael told me they can't run that thing in the rain. Manufacturer states Goliath cannot run in the rain, so they don't. If there's any like anything in the radar saying it's going to rain, or if there's like a major rainstorm coming, they don't even open a ride now. Manufacturer says do not, because it won't make the track. It'll valley, and that's the end of that. So they just, if it's going to rain, they hear it's going to rain, doesn't open. End of story. Kind of sucks. But now, Jason, to answer your question about Cyborg, and does it make you dizzy? Is it forceful? I didn't get dizzy. Like, there was a couple times I did, like, nothing major, not like, whoa, I gotta sit down for an hour. Nothing like that. Like, kind of like a little, but it was more towards the end of the ride. Now, the intensity, I finally got the review, and I think the review's coming out tomorrow on this channel for that. That's like my final Cyborg video. Finally. 1-0 Blues. Damn Blues. We might be having some butternut cake, whatever it is, gooey cake coming up here. Anyway, what the hell was I talking about? Oh, Cyborg. Yeah, so the intensity I feel is like when it's almost ready to come down, as it's in its axis and its rotation, you start getting like a little whoop, little air times out of it. And then after it lands and it's back down and it's spinning, it gets like these crazy couple rotations at the end. Like you can hear the ride kind of like speed up a little bit, like, and then it'll wait and then go, and then you get like this, awesome like intensity where it feels like you're coming out like kind of thing like that, which is cool. I like Cyborg. I know a lot of people are like, oh, the ride's stupid and it's a waste. Those are the people that are entitled and want a roller coaster every 5 seconds added to the park. I get it, you like roller coasters, but you're not going to get them. The park can't afford them. The company can't afford a roller coaster every year. You gotta balance the parks out. Most of us get that, but those entitled people don't get that. Yeah, the end is definitely the fastest. It's definitely faster at the end. It's a great family ride. It's not totally crazy thrilling. I love the ride. I don't care if you guys hate the ride. I still love the ride. I'm not, because people will call me a shill because they thought like I was kissing the park's ass. I'm not. Just saying. All right. So before we get into SeaWorld Orlando and this new coaster, well, the problem with the land developing with Superman, here's the problem with that. This is the problem. It's all wetlands. As a matter of fact, during Media Day, Pete, the park president, and I, we were talking, and we had a great conversation. Like, he wasn't giving me inside information, none of that stuff. And I wasn't even asking him. We were just, shooting the shit. We were just talking. He asked me what I thought about the ride, and I told him what I thought about it. I said, it's a great family ride. It has, like about the ending and that. I said, I love it. I said, it's the step in the right direction for a dock ride. And he's like, well, we got that. And who did? I'm like, no. I mean, more like, well, thanks for the Wicked Cyclone video. It's still the best. I like that. I have the hard copy. Matter of fact, it's right here. Still got it from Media Day. That's where my video is. It's on this. This is the USB they put. I still have it. Still got it. Anyway, so I told him, I said, look, you need one, like, either you're going to get like a nice dock ride that tells a story and goes through, or one with the guns and you shoot them up. I said, you don't have to do Justice League. I know everybody wants Justice League. And he's like, oh, right on. He's like, he liked, yeah, I know they really kind of squish you in with the restraint on that. I mean, for me, it's all right. It don't bother me, but people have complained. I told him, yeah, I was busting his chops about doubles in the park, and then he even threw the dig at me about Flashback and Goliath. Because here's the truth of the matter: the park watches everything we say and do. They go on the forums. They what do you call it? They watch the videos. Because trust me, they tell me about, oh, I love that video you did. When I was at Media Day, they're like, oh, I like the new forums. It responds much faster and it's better. They came and they told me, they're like, oh, we like this, we like that, we like this. This is da 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 da. They're watching. They haven't said, hey, watch what you say about this. They may not be in the forums responding, but they're watching. They're probably one of the guests. When you see who's online in the forums and you see guests, it's probably somebody from the park. So they're watching. They have people watching what we say and do. They're doing it, one, make sure we're not saying something we shouldn't be. And if they do, they would never go on the forums and be like, no, 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 no. They would come to me privately and say something, because they have in years past. But they're always looking at what we say to help better them. That's why I always say, when you're giving criticisms about a ride, or if you want to get your voice heard, you need to do it in a respectful way. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a jerk. Even if you don't want to do it on the forums and you want to do it privately, you want to know how you get heard and people pay attention to you, is you give legit constructive criticisms. Be like, hey, look, I have an idea. You know, you got to build that relationship. You got to build that trust. You can't be kissing their ass, and you can't be a total douche and just ripping them a new butthole every 2 seconds because you're angry. What I've learned over time is, when you build that relationship up with somebody at the park, and you say, hey, here's an issue. Here's my solution. Solution may never happen, but they appreciate it because they don't know what they're doing wrong if nobody says anything. Do it respectful, you'll be heard. Trust me. I do it all the time. They love what I say and do. They love the videos. They love what I'm doing with this YouTube channel, the website. They're watching. And they're getting all the ideas from all of us. Trust me, things that people have said are starting to get into the park. What do you feel might be a replacement for Splash Waterfalls at Six Flags Over Georgia? Let me ask you this, Jason, because I haven't been to Georgia Park yet. Is Splash Waterfalls one of the big splash boat rides? I don't know. My kids have been to Georgia. I haven't. They went with their mom. Their mom took them there last year. I didn't go. But once I know what that ride is, I could give you an idea. Because honestly, if it's like one of them splash boat rides, you could potentially get what do you call it? Max Force, like a launch coaster. You could get the Raptor thing. You know, but they didn't do any this year, which was weird. I know they have problems with the Fiesta Texas model, so I'm hoping that they work those kinks out this year. You know what I mean? And able to do that. And then Crackers Gaming says, why do I think we're going to get new trains on Superman? Here's the reason why I think they're going to get new trains. They no longer make the current train anymore. They don't do it. It just doesn't. They don't make it anymore. And the reason why I think it is, we all know Superman the Ride is the marquee attraction. Right? We can all agree. Everybody that loves coasters or whatever, they go for Superman. You take out Superman, you lose Superman, you are, you know what? With a big capital F. You know what I'm saying. So, to keep that you need to invest in that ride. They don't make the trains. They have to have the parts manufactured piece by piece. They don't carry the parts. They have to be made. They do make a new train that will fit that track. They do have new restraints for that. I don't know if they're coming for sure. It's something I heard. Plans change. I don't know. I haven't been hearing the beats to the street. I haven't heard the Indian chief beating on the drum about the trains. I've been mainly hearing things about the water park. I've been mainly hearing things about the Zambrella ride, and that's probably where we could be going. Now, you could be right for 2020 to get a new coaster, but Jason was saying it is the water shoot ride. I gotta look up something real quick. Just by, hang on, give me two shakes here. I'm going to look to see what they've added in the last 4 or 5 years. Oh wait, let me do it this way. Give me a sec. I'm gonna look this up, and hang on. Oh, wrong park. All right. I'm gonna use Screamscape because if you look on there, if you click on the park, it tells you the newest developments. Now they got that 2019. They got Pandemonium, right? Just like Harley Quinn in New England. So 2018, they got the RMC. 2017, they got Justice League. 2016, they got DC Super Friends, the kiddie area retheme. Bugs Bunny Boomtown, Ninja Turn into Blue Hawk. 2015, you got Joker's Chaos Coaster and Harley Quinn Spin Sanity. 2014, Hurricane Harbor. So if they're going to add something, I don't know if it's going to be a coaster, actually, just because last year they got one. They did the redo of Ninja and the Blue Hawk. The Joker Chaos Coaster, that must be the Lost and Loop, if I am correct. Let me look. I've never been. You guys that have been to Georgia would know better than I would, and that's a park I need to get off my butt and just go. That's my problem. I'm looking right here. Give me a second. You guys are probably answering. I'm not even looking. Yeah, Joker. It's the Lost and Loop. All right. So, yeah, I go to Jason asks how often do I go? I usually tend to go to New England a lot. Like I go more than I probably should. Like I go a lot more now, and Jessica is like, I want to go once a month. I don't really want to go. She's not an enthusiast through and through, and I feel for her. I went because I went on that Saturday. All right, it's Crackers on my Coaster YouTube. What? Oh, Coasterverse. Okay, that's your thing. All right, so I went opening day. Then with all the rain and everything going on, I couldn't get to the park. It was raining every weekend. So then I went for I went like another time. Then I went for the the commercial shoot for Cyborg. I went the following weekend for preview. I went for media day. This weekend I'm not going because I got to get like the house like for the most part finished up so that I can get it put on the market next week to sell. So I will not be there this weekend. I do need to go to Canopy. I do need to go to Edaville. I know most people aren't going to give two flying craps about Edaville because, and no, it doesn't have audio on the trains. Edaville is a kid park. It's got a Thomas the Train area. It's mainly kids. It's got a nice train ride. Really nice train ride. I like it. I like all parks. I'm not, it's like I love going to Sesame Place in Pennsylvania. That place is awesome. Small, but awesome. Yeah, they removed the audio. When they went from Bizarro to Superman, audio was taken off. They couldn't keep it because they did the typical Six Flags thing. They went with a cheap audio system, the G-forces and everything. They couldn't. It kept breaking the wiring for the speakers. That's why they're always cracking. They weren't working. They couldn't get it working right. That's why. They went cheap. They should have stopped being cheap. Think about if they had like a good audio system, like Rip Ride Rocket, at least at Universal. If they had a good audio system like that, you might still have the audio today. You might still have that audio today. But it's Six Flags, and they just... And I love going to Six Flags. It's just... They go cheap. They really, truly are the dollar store of theme parks. Oh, yeah, make sure you vote. Vote Superman. It went from like at the bottom all the way to the top. You people are the bomb. We got to get that, keep it in number one. We got to keep it number one. So, Jason, answer your question for, let me ask this, did they remove the water shoot ride at Over Georgia? Because that's another thing that needs to be discussed. If they did, we could talk. If they haven't, it's probably a future expansion. Yeah, they never put the seats back. I don't know why. Maybe they threw out the seats thinking that the audio was going to be forever. But that you can see there's the box at the end. That was all for the audio for the ride. So first you start off as Bizarro and you have all these nice fly-throughs. You know, the buildings. You had the fly-through into the tunnel. You had the fly-through buildings. You had the Superman shields. So on and so forth. You had fire coming out of it. You had some effects here and there. And now you have... nothing. It's back to what it was. The only thing I don't like is the higher backs on it. Shame on you, Ben, voting for El Toro. I'm just kidding. Anybody can vote for whatever they want. I voted Superman. See, Six Flags New England used to have a log flume ride like Great Adventure. Not as good as Great Adventures, I would say. But Six Flags New England used to have a log flume, and I used to love it. You know, it was in the area where basically Harley Quinn, Joker, and Crime Wave, it was in that vicinity there. That's where the log flume ride was, around there. That's and they used to be halfway decent. It wasn't the best, but it was still cool to have. Parks aren't putting them things in, which is a shame. Six Flags needs to put one in. I wish they would, but there's no... I don't know why, but... I mean, you could market that. Be like, hey, we got a log flume coming. You can vote every day. You know, I never understood why they moved the Skyway. They just said it was past its prime, and, you know, they got rid of it. I mean, there was no reason to get rid of it. I mean, unless it was really, like, crap, but they wanted to rip it out. Don't know why, but they wanted to rip it out. But, I mean, it's at that point where a lot of parks are ripping these Skyways out. It probably was a mixture of maintenance, ridership. There could have been a million things going on with that ride. All right, so Splash Waterfalls has been removed. I would look to that for your next attraction. El Toro needs El Toro needs some retrack, and it also needs new restraints. Those restraints on El Toro suck. But I would look to... I mean, based off of... yeah, I would love to see the log flume back. I don't want to... I'll never understand, like, why they do certain things. But as for Over Georgia, I don't see... well, they just did a flat, right? They just did a flat this year. They did the dark ride 2 years ago. They did the kids stuff. Maybe it's another... maybe they are going to get another coaster. I don't know. See, Georgia and Over Texas are not owned by Six Flags. The family, the original family, still owns it. So, Six Flags has to meet a certain criteria with those parks based in their agreements. So, you know. Well, even though El Toro is an intimate ride, RMC actually built that, which is funny. Yeah, they should RMC El Toro. That'd be funny. Aquaman. I loved that when I was there and they had the Aquaman statue when I was at Over Texas. When I rode that, I thought that was so cool. Yeah, see, those shoot-to-shoot rides, they're on the way out. Whatever they can fit in that area, they're going to put. You're going to get something small. You're not going to get anything crazy big unless there's room around that. I'd have to look at a park map. Jason, whereabouts is let me hang on. I'm looking at a park map. It's loading. Where on this map was the ride? Because I've never been, so I don't know where your shoot the shoots ride. Wow, this park looks cool. This is you're gonna laugh. This is the first time I ever looked at the park map of the park. But if you're looking at a park map, what ride was it near? Because I see some open areas here that could do wonders for spaces. That could be a telltale sign of what do you call it? Of what's coming. You already put Pandemonium, over by the go-karts and the Rapids ride. It's near the blue coaster that's in the water. I don't know what that is. What number is that? It's near the Sky Screamer. Now, it looks like you got some land behind Justice League. It looks like you got some land behind the Rapids. So let me see. Yeah, water rides are always on the way out. This is the thinking, the mentality of Six Flags. You want to get wet? Go to the water park. They don't realize that people don't necessarily want to go to the water park. They want to go on a Rapids ride or a log flume, and they want to just get a little wet and then dry off. I personally don't like stand-up coasters. They always hurt my chicken McNuggets. They couldn't. And here's the reason why. And I didn't really finish the thought that I had. Here's the problem with Six Flags New England. They own a bunch of land over by, where the picnic grove is and then the woods, like where the haunts are and stuff. They can't really they can, but they can't. It's wetlands, and for those that know anything about wetlands, not everybody knows, and that's fine. Nobody expects everybody to know everything. I just know because I was gonna have to deal with it and the baloney of wetlands. It's a pain in the ass. So basically, when you look, if you're at the exit of Blizzard River, or say you're in that smoking section over there, and you look. You see the fence, and you look through the fence, and you look down, down the hill, and you look towards the picnic grove. That's all wetlands over there. So in order to use the wetlands, you got to go through a lot of red tape with the local government, the DEM, and all this other stuff. You can't change the flow of water. So however the streams or whatever it is, you cannot redirect it. You can't touch it. You could have the DEM come in there and they'll tell you what you can and cannot do. Now, they may let you put a coaster in there. It would have to be, what do you call it? It would have to be most likely like a steel coaster if you want to ride down the terrain and stuff. But you wouldn't be able to put a support in the water. You'd have to go on the outskirts of the water. There's a lot of baloney, and I don't think Six Flags wants to go through that red tape. If you want to put in a big coaster like Superman, you got to either take out Superman or take out a bunch of rides. They're going to just keep what you have for land. They might have a couple spots where they can kind of make things, if they maneuver some stuff around, they might be able to add some stuff. But Superman is going to be your premier big coaster for that park. You know, so it's tough. I'm with you. I would love to have two big, giant, ridiculous coasters. You got to really think about this for a second when it comes to New England. Now, I've been to like over Texas. I've been to Great Adventure. I've been to Great America. I've been to America. I know I'm missing stuff. Great Escape and some other stuff. I know I'm missing stuff. But when it comes to New England, it's a, what do you call it? It's a small park compared to like Great Adventure, Magic Mountain. You know what I mean? It's small. And you have to think about this. See, in New England, we're pretty jealous of other parks because, you know, go to Great Adventure and people want those El Toros and those King de Cars and Nitros and stuff. We're never going to have that. There's no room for it. You'd have to graze the park to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, but what we have for a coaster lineup, is it the best lineup? No. Is it a halfway decent one? Yeah. Think about this for a second. We have Superman the Ride, right? Wicked Cyclone is awesome. Batman the Ride is a custom B&M, custom from the ground up, made to fit that small area. It looks small, but it packs a punch the entire ride. That B&M is that flawless B&M is no slouch. You have the Riddler Revenge. Now that it has a new train and new restraint, a little jerky, but now I'm not getting headaches. I'm not getting my head bashed. So you have four pretty decent coasters right there. Now you have your Pandemonium. Always has a line. You have Gotham City Gauntlet. Nobody really wants to. Well, it still gets a line. You got Catwoman's Whip. You got the little kitty coaster. You got, what do you call it? Thunderbolt, a classic wood. You got Goliath, the flashback. People don't really give two flying craps about those two rides. I mean, people ride them, but they've had better days. Let's just say that. They've had better days. And I feel, and I told Pete Carmichael this, I said, I feel like certain rides are placeholders for future rides. I said, Goliath, flashback. He knows all the ideas that I give the park. He told me that when we talked, and he's just like, hey, we love the ideas. Sometimes they can utilize what I tell them. Sometimes it might not be monetarily able to do that. It might not be feasible with the money. Whatever their budget is, their budget might be blown out from maintenance and they can't do nothing. I don't know. But, all right, so before we get out of here, we need to talk about SeaWorld. Well, two things to SeaWorld. Surprise, surprise, SeaWorld San Diego title Twister is down. They don't know when it's coming back up. Surprise, surprise. Can we officially say, I hate to be negative, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but can we officially say right now, Skyline Attractions rides are kind of junky right now? Like they need, hey, I'm applauding them for trying new things. Not gonna knock them. Not gonna knock them. They're trying to be innovative. That's what I talk about. Innovation. Innovation was what is lacking in this industry. So I give them an A for effort. Now their rides, on the other hand, they need some love. And I think if they tweak what they got, you know, the product that they have, if they tweak it, it could be better. Because you had the Harley Quinn one that opened last year in Cali that people were like totally trashing on, said was garbage. This title Twister that had promise and looks like they're running into problems. We'll see what happens in the future. The track is RMC, but for some reason their trains and the track, it's not there. Oh, I can quickly go over the lawsuit. I can do that. So, for those that did not hear it, we'll quickly go over it and we'll talk about SeaWorld Orlando. Because I know Jason in Paradise talked about this on Twitter. I was like, let's talk about it tonight. So that's what we're going to do. So anyway, the quick version of the lawsuit at Great Adventure has to do with a doctor that is suing the Great Adventure for his ride on King de Ka. I believe it's a bunch of baloney like we were talking about earlier, but basically the guy's 6'2", says he got a spinal injury from what do you call it? From the ride. He said that there were no signs up that were warning him about his height and all these other different things that he's saying. He had to have surgery on his back, and I don't know how much he's suing for, but he's also suing Intamin, the manufacturer, and the park, saying that the ride attendants did not warn him because he was so tall, but he was underneath the max height. They have signs posted everywhere, unless you're stupid and you're not paying attention, which most people are stupid and don't pay attention. I think the guy is going to sue the turtle that's down the walkway because the turtle didn't warn him that he was too tall and was going to get whiplash on the ride. And I think that I think what's going to happen is you're not going to see a trial with it. I think what you're going to see is the turtle's going to stand up and do turtle naughty things to him, and it's just going to get settled out of court, and he'll get like this tiny little payment, and he'll go away. It's just to try to catch in on something. Dude probably hurt his back before. He's like, you know what? I'm going to try and make Six Flags pay for my back surgery. That's the short, just main topic of a lawsuit. It's just somebody looking for money. There's signs everywhere. Unless you are like brain dead, kind of like the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz. Walking around, you ain't got a brain, right? If I only had a brain, and that's why I was saying earlier, they need to definitely change the lawsuit laws around here and make it like it is over in Europe. So that way these stupids, I'm not saying it's unfortunate anybody gets hurt. No, if you legit got hurt and because of the ride and, it was total legit negligence of the park, all right, they should take care of you. This one, it really smells like I'm trying to find a payout. Let's be honest. That's legit. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like the dude's just looking for a payout, and he was probably hurt beforehand, and it was like, hey, I'm gonna make Six Flags pay for it because there's signs everywhere on every ride. Even kiddie rides have signs. They what do they call that? There's no a court will say, hey, ignorance, you can't play the ignorance card because you didn't pay attention to the signs that are right there. Am I hearing helicopters? It's an invasion! Hey, look, you went on the Kings Island B&M Giga, and it's not even out. You know what's funny, speaking of that, but I really gotta get to the SeaWorld thing. But the people with the Kings Island Giga, with the B&M Giga that's, being leaked and all this other stuff, people complained and fought and wanted a Giga for, the guy probably had a blast too. They wanted a Giga, and what they're seeing, they're not liking it. And now everyone's, F this Giga Coaster. I hate those entitled mofos. I can't stand them. I wish people would just go away. And just, why? I like to ask each and every one of you that are watching this. I want, after I say what I got to say, I want a comment from each and every one of you people. Because this really, I'm not saying you guys do. I'm just saying in general. Why are people feeling so entitled, bash everything, go crazy, and then try to run you through the mud because I don't get it. It doesn't matter if it's short. You're getting a Giga. Like if you can't be appreciative of a new coaster just to be able to have a new ride. Look at us in New England. We can't get a Giga. Where the hell are we going to put it? I would gladly take a short Giga and put it in my park. I will gladly take it. See, I'm a bit more easy to please than most people. Could be a blessing, could be a tragedy. I don't know. Look at Cyborg. People are like, that ride's stupid. It's a stupid ride. You got one over there outside over by Superman. All right, who cares? I enjoy it. I can go ride Goliath and enjoy it. I can go ride Flashback and enjoy it. I can go sit on the bench and enjoy it. Life's too short for people to get all bent up. It's a freaking roller coaster. Either ride it and try to make the best of it, or go find another hobby. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, like Jason. Be happy you're getting something. Look at like Dawny and Worlds of Fun and Michigan's Adventure and Great Escape. You know, look at Lerone. Look at all these other parks that don't get really anything, much of anything. They would gladly take your Giga. They would gladly take Gwazi. They would gladly take anything. They would take a new trash can. At this point, you got people are looking at everything wrong in life, and I don't know what happened to us as a society, and it's crazy. It drives me bonkers. You know what I'm saying? Like, be thankful for what you have in the park, because there could be a day Six Flags goes unders again, and somebody buys it and you get nothing. You got to wait 10 years to get a ride. Enjoy what you got. Make fun. Life's too short. Why do you want to be miserable and entitled? Like, do you think like being funny and being a troll is going to get what you want? I might be talking about it now, but I ain't calling nobody out. You know what I'm saying? I'm appreciative for like when Fireball came. I'm not a huge fan of the rides, but I'm like, you know what? We got to ride. I ride it time to time. I have fun. Throw my hands in the air, get a headache, have fun. Right? You know, you get Superman back. You get Cyborg. You get the Joker. Is the Joker at Great Adventure or New England the best riding on the planet? No, it's something to ride. It's something to have fun. That's what it's about. If you cannot look past that to see that it's fun and take it all in, then you really need to check your life. Your life must really be miserable if you can't just enjoy even the little things in life. Life's too short. I don't want to get pissed off and have a heart attack and die. I want to go on the rides. I want to go have fun. I want to hang out with you guys. I want to hang out with my family. That's what it's all about. And if you can't look at life like that, get the hell out of this hobby. Leave me the hell alone and let me kick it with all of you guys. That's all I want. I don't need the bullshit. I don't need all the hate. I don't need to listen to people cry like little, I need a safe place. I need this. I need that. Forget that. Yeah, but see, here's the problem. When I want to make, I've made plenty of diss songs in the, you know, when I was doing music all the time, and I always call people out. I always call people out because I don't hide, like, you know, like all these other rappers and stuff. They're trying to like, they're trying to make it like they're talking about somebody and they think you know you're talking about it, but they're too afraid to come out and say the person's name. I personally go out and be like, blah, 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 because I don't care. It's the kind of guy I am. Anyway, so let's talk about SeaWorld, because like Jason in Paradise, there's a lot of questions that won't be answered for a little while anyway. I don't know when they're going to like totally unveil this. So next year, I'm sure a lot of you saw the teaser. And Jason was saying, people are speculating a dive. It's not going to be B&M. I don't think it's going to be B&M. They could be, but I don't think, honestly, I think it's going to be Premier, Mac, or what's the other one there that built Verbolten? What's the name of that company? I know you guys know. I can't think of the name of the company off the top of my head. But whoever built Verbolten. So, in the location, I believe is going to be at the Wild Arctic. That thing has been on a chopping block for a while. The ride's dated. Nobody really rides it anymore. When I went to Orlando during IAPA, I went on a Saturday. Park was busy as hell. There was no line for Wild Arctic. Yeah, it's probably going to be a launch. I don't think it's going to be like Tigress. I think it's going to be... I know people have put kind of... what they... like this weird thing. No, Verbolten's not Premier. Hang on. Give me a sec here. Give me 2 seconds. Who made it? Zaire made Rebolton. Here's my thing with B&M dives. I've said this a million times. I know some of you guys are new here, guys and gals that are new to watching this. I've talked about this. Well, like Full Throttle would be cool. I mean, I've never ridden Full Throttle, but Full Throttle kind of looks cool. I ain't gonna lie. Here's my B&M dive coaster issue. Right now, out of all the ones that I've only ridden, what, two. I rode the two Busch Garden ones, SheiKra and Griffin. I feel like I didn't get to ride Yukon Striker. I didn't ride Cedar Points, because I haven't been to Cedar Points since 2012. Well, thank you, J.M. J. McCabe. I'm glad that so many things I rule, but here's the thing that about all the dive coasters. It's a one-trick pony. You after you've sat in the front row, like if you go for your very first ride and you sit in the front row and you get to the top and you dangle. I remember my first ride, my first dive coaster was SheiKra. And I love SheiKra because one, it was the first one. Two, it has better theming than all of them so far that I've been on. But that dangle is like, oh crap, oh my God. You're looking down, you're like, holy crap, and then you go. You know, and then after that, it what do you call it? It loses that one-trick pony of the dive. After that, unless you can't get over the dive, it doesn't live up to the first ride. Now, dive coasters do some awesome maneuvers with the different elements. Not knocking that. They're a fun ride. And they're not fun when you're going on Griffin and you leave the station and it starts literally downpouring and you're not even halfway up the hill of Griffin and you're completely soaked. That is not fun. That is not fun. I did that at CoasterCon last year. Not fun at all. Now, besides that, no, I totally agree with you, Jason, with the things. For me, I'm not a huge B&M fan, to be honest. There are B&M like my favorite style of B&M is the inverts. I feel that's where the most bang for my buck thrill is in the inverts. Like the intensity of them. Now, Leviathan is awesome. Fury, not so much. But I get it. It's hit or miss. It is what it is. Everybody likes different things. But back to Orlando. See, the thing that's making me think it's more like a Zaire type thing is because of when you watch that video, it dives down to the water. So maybe it's kind of hinting at drop track. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it's kind of like how Verbolten is with the drop. Could be that. Could be. I don't think it's going to be a B&M. I don't think it's going to be a dive. I honestly think let's get some height on it. Well, I would love to see the blueprints. I can't wait to see what this thing is going to be. And what I'm happy about is SeaWorld kicking in the dough and spending some money on some rides. I mean, if you look for next year, Tampa Busch Gardens is getting the Quasi. Orlando's getting something. You You know, and you know, it is what it is. I feel with Orlando, I hope honestly it's more like for Bolton. I love that ride. That's why I hope it's more like, it's probably not, but I love her Bolton. I wish there were more rides like that. I mean, Harry Potter's gonna, what do you call it? Well, yeah, because, yeah, the Harry Potter ride there, the new, is gonna have the drop track for the new Harry Potter coaster. Well, but it all depends, because I mean, think about it like this: totally different themes. It's gonna be totally different everything. Everybody's gonna be going to Universal to go ride this Harry Potter coaster. People are gonna go to SeaWorld to ride whatever they put in. I'm hoping that it's a launch. I hope it's got SeaWorld Texas either getting a GCI or a Gravity Group. Now, Tony, let me ask you this. I've heard a lot of different rumors from a couple people about the coaster going to SeaWorld. Do you think it's going to be a decent size wood, or is it going to be like Wooden Warrior, or what is it? Oh, like Oscar's Wacky Taxi. I mean, small. Do you think it's going to be small like that? Or do you think something like Mind Blower or White Lightning or something like that? Or do you think bigger? That's what I would, I don't know. SeaWorld Texas needs to get like another big coaster. I think they need that. What, dislike? You don't think that SeaWorld should get a launch? Why not? I think it should get one. They need a launch. Look, I'm loving SeaWorld adding some cool stuff. And look, they got Manta. They got Mako. Mako is awesome. Kraken's good. They got Journey to Atlantis. Am I missing anything else? Something like Invader. Oh. Yeah, I honestly don't see SeaWorld adding a dive. I want to see the new flying coaster. Huh, I never even heard of that. Oh, look at, the one that's going, what, Fantasia Land? The prototype? I want to see some images. I want to see what this thing looks like. I'm watching a video right now on it. You can hear the guy talking another language that I can't understand. I don't get it. I want to see the train on it. That's crazy. Oh, I forgot who that was. Yeah, Thunderbolt is too similar to Wacky Taxi. Thunderbolt's not that big. I mean, it's obviously bigger, but let's see something. GCI. Yeah, GCI coaster concept. Yep. With that crazy high five element. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I got pictures of that on my computer from when I went to IAPA. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I would love to ride that. I don't think SeaWorld's gonna drop that kind of dough on that right there. Wait, what do you love more than Thunderbolt? So here's the thing. I think if you're gonna get another big coaster, I think what's gonna happen is you're gonna lose Blizzard River, and they're gonna use that area around there and reconfigure some stuff. You watch. You can put a nice coaster back over there. Blue Flash backyard. Ha! Yeah, I know. That dude's giving away his roller coaster from California. His backyard coaster's going. But yeah, for SeaWorld Orlando, what do you guys think's coming? I don't know. I haven't really seen too much. So let me see this. I'm just trying to see if I can dig up anything. Yeah, I don't see anything right now. Let's see if anybody... I'm just checking this out real quick because I'm trying to see if there's anything that's like... I'm looking. Yeah, no. Yeah, a lot of people are saying the same thing, full throttle. Something similar to that. You know, the next big gimmick for a coaster, like a new element or style ride. I don't know, what could there be? Because like I feel like unless somebody comes up with something crazy, it feels like everything's been done. But you can't ever say everything's been done because people are still, coaster manufacturers are still doing stuff. So it's kind of weird. It's like I don't know where to go with that. It's pretty crazy. But I agree. I think it's Premiere. I really do. I think it's going to be Premiere. I mean, I find it exciting. That they're going to add something. Yes, it's going to be the 6th coaster to take flight at the park. It's going to take you to predatory heights. You're going to experience plunging thrills. No, we'll find out what's going to happen in the next... I don't know when they're going to announce it. That's the thing. Like, I don't know when they're going to, like... Hey, see you later, dislike. Chance GTX. I dig that ride. I rode Kentucky Kingdoms. I thought it was a fun ride. Intense, fun. I loved it. I don't know about you guys, but those that went to Kentucky Kingdom and rode, or that Lightning Run, or whatever the hell it is, that was a good ride. Is it still 1-0? Yeah. They're in the third period, and the Bruins gonna do something? Probably not. Wow, they suck. Oh, I still keep seeing that awesome shot of the topless chick. Oh my God. That's the best thing ever. I love it. I'm just going to put that there. Oh, God. I love it. I'm a naughty boy. Orlando does not have a drop tower. They have the observation tower, but not a drop tower. Something that they could use in the future. But then again, obviously it's not going to be the one like in Tampa, but I think you're going to start seeing a lot more rides popping into Orlando. Oh, oh yeah. The Jack and Sally behind me. Yeah, I bought those at Spirit Halloween. See, the thing you got to do if you want to get good stuff at Spirit, well, Spirit Halloween doesn't have really great stuff, but if you want the decent stuff like the Jack and Sally, you got to go the day after Halloween. Everything's half off. I bought that Harley Quinn next to Sally at Six Flags New England in the gift shop. All right, so we're probably going to have to wait till August. You know why? That would be smart for SeaWorld. You think about it. You get them with a 1-2 punch probably around the same time that Six Flags is going to drop. It's going to like make anything Six Flags null and void. Because everybody's going to be talking about Gwazi and whatever SeaWorld 2020 is. We all know that. Everybody is going to want to be talking about that. Goliath was open today. Joel. Goliath was open today. And because it was like closed all week, so it opened up today. Boy, you know, I'm gonna have to go back and make one of those. I was gonna go and make the videos like, you know, like what I call the Grow Show After Hours, and there wasn't enough questions to make a video out of it, so I was just like, today there's a lot of stuff I know I missed and didn't answer that. Tonight's a good prime example to make one of those videos. But I am going to get out of here. I'm not going to do Planet Coaster tonight. I'm going to record the video for the subscriber that is going to win this box. And it'll be up 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. I'll put the way to contact me so I can mail it out. And like I said before I leave, if you don't win the box, don't worry. I got like, all right, so this is for 700. So the next box goes at 750, then 800, 850, 900, 950, 1,000. There's 6 boxes underneath the pinball machine right now. I can probably fill another 10, 20 boxes worth of stuff. And I'm talking like stuff from media days, memorabilia, all kinds of stuff from Comic-Cons, amusement parks, coaster events, all kinds of stuff. It's like cool stuff. It ain't. I don't know which box. There should be like 1 or 2 boxes. I think it's one more box that has the El Toro pin from when the last time they won the Golden Ticket Award. When they gave it to us, I had 3 of those pins. There's one for me, one for Devin, one for Jeremy. June 13th is Wonder Woman's Media Day. So I'm going to record... Oh, yeah, because Planet Coaster, just so... The Ghostbusters DLC came out on Tuesday. Do a room tour. Oh, what, of here, Joel? You talking about where I am here? I can quickly show you the pinballs and stuff. The Ghostbusters stuff that I've played with on Planet Coaster is awesome. I want to do it tomorrow. I gotta go cut my grandfather's lawn after work. And what do you call it? And so when I come back, I'll take a shower and then I'll show that, because that'll be cool. But 8 o'clock tomorrow, you will find out who wins that box. And if you don't win, don't be upset. We got a bunch more to give away. So make sure you tell a friend, tell somebody. You know, if you see it, I know people only like to share certain things. Just share. You know, you see the Grove Show or a video that you actually like, share it. The quicker that we hit these marks, the quicker these boxes get out of here, and people can win some cool stuff. There's some stuff I really didn't want to put in the boxes because it was so cool. But let me show you real quick. A quick tour. I gotta pull up the. Oops. Hang on. Let me pull up the screen here. All right, so you can see. Well, there's Jack Skellington. There's a bunch of Coaster memorabilia stuff up on there, and right there is a Ghostbusters pinball machine, Star Wars. That Gremlins is the only one in existence. Doesn't exist anywhere else. You can't buy it. I had that custom made. You can see a Rob Zombie, Dialed In, Guardians of the Galaxy, Tales from the Crypt. I got a table. My printer. Oh, I still got... Oh, yeah, we're going to start putting these movie posters, too, inside the boxes. I only have a few left of the... And I got to get a couple people that I promised some posters for Fairtown, the movie we did on the Hornapalooza podcast channel. Yeah. Yeah, see, we even have the Hornapalooza sign over there. Little, camera stuff. And then there's the other storage. I enjoy my little... Even though I got to sell... I got to sell some more pinball machines because I don't want to move them. They're too heavy, and I'm lazy, and I don't want to deal with them. And then I'll rebuy some. Hey, have a good night, Jason. But yeah, I saw about that. The Pawtucket Hot Wieners are going to play again June 20th. If I'm around, I think I might go to that. Do they give you free Hot Wieners with it? That would be awesome. But anyways, I'm going to go film a video. I will see you guys next Thursday. Look out for the new video tomorrow for the winner and the review, and then whatever other videos I can cook up. Hey, what's up, little Scorpion Gaming? A little late to the party, but that's all right. You can rewatch and join the party. But tomorrow you're going to get like 3 videos tomorrow. You're going to get the winner. You're going to get a review, my thoughts on Cyborg and all that. And then you're going to get a Planet Coaster of me playing Ghostbusters. Because it's cool. So we're going to do that tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are awesome. If you see a video or one that you really like, do me a solid and share it, retweet it, show it to a friend. Even if you're like hanging out at the boss, be like, hey, look at this dude. Go watch his stuff. The quicker we get it, the more boxes. I mean, the boxes get bigger and they get better when we give them away. So I will see you guys next Thursday. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until next week, everybody. Peace out. Keep on coasting, y'all.